Alright, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. My, PlayStation had to decide to update there right before ours started. So, I had to wait a couple minutes for that. But anyway, we are... we are moving on. Alright. So, we have some... do-do-do, brain.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so...
Alright.
All done?
Kind of a bit more.
How are you doing? Quick look.
Nope. Still
Always
nothing.
something in there.
Alright. So, so we're gonna continue on with,
Netherlands have been up to their old trick.
Final Fantasy XVI here,
Do you have
doing
a
side
moment,
quests and
Sid?
whatnot.
A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
Alright. So, now we gotta hunt down some missing people. So, they're over here. In this area. We can go ahead and travel here, since it puts us a little bit closer.
Ready, go? It's over. Get him.
Alright. Alright, so in this area... this wasn't too difficult to find.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
Alright. Now we gotta save people. And it's not too far, thankfully.
They're trying to get into the carriage.
Loving this tight encounter.
Get him! Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Whew.
Nice try.
There we go. Hopefully that saved the people. Bone necklace, magic ash.
Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
Alright. Let's see here. We're at our limit break. Don't have enough for Earth and Fury yet. Well, always can get enough for the things we need. Just got a tiny bit of land here that has to be completely taken over. But anyway. Yeah. Let's go ahead and turn this in.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back. The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. A Stolas from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself.
Huh.
Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
There we go. Print the fire. Cool down. Alright. Then we grab something from here.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. You earned this.
And then we need 350
All
to unlock the next group. Increases combo damage. Wait a minute, hold on. What's this? Increase ability points. Earned in normal encounters. Okay. And then toggle that. It was-
Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
Alright. Before we do that,
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse breaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblord like Talia, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
alright. Simple enough. Very simple. And lucky for us, it's not too far either.
It was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Alright, there we go.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
Alright. Now that we got that done, we just head back to the hideaway. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too difficult. And then we'll be able to figure out what the heck was going on with Torgal. Like I said last time, chances are he's he's a dominant. I said he may be Leviathan, but then but looking at what it says, that he's of the Fenrir bloodline.
Only the usual.
Or something like that. It was like, oh, this may very well just be Fenrir,
than I was expecting.
which wasn't talked about
patient won't feel a thing.
yet.
That is unless I...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives, and the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
There we go. Alright. Let's see what Gab has got to say.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Jill looked white as a sheet.
And here we go.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
And then look at see what kind of workshop Mid has.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Alright.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall!
Thanks from before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
Sounds just like the Cid from any other Final Fantasy.
I wish...
So, Mid's dungeon. Oh wow. That's a mood. But anyway,
I think I'll wait till...
most likely when we get back here after this next piece, or this next part, we will be able to know what Mid is actually going to do.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Here's the epiphany. Either there, she tells us to shove off.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Oh, wow.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the
Nothing
blessing
but a
of the
puppet.
crystals go with you, Your Highness. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Poison.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
I would have killed that man much long before now.
Yes, sire.
Like, you have the power of Bahamut. Like, just end him. He's obviously a problematic individual. He doesn't care about the people. He only cares about himself and what his empire gets.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
He's trying to kill his own child.
Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
The kid's nothing more than a puppet. She's manipulating everything.
What on earth is Uncle
And
Byron
he's
doing
just
here?
straight up greedy.
One way to find out.
The only person that has any sense there was Dion.
The Litlands have been up to their old. It's just one thing after another around here.
It's too bad. Individuals like that can't see past their own greed to really see the consequences of their actions. Like Annabella thought she already lost one child.
Ah, my dear nephew.
Because of her scheming.
How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place.
There we go.
Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Ein Herjar, or Black Galleon, She boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance.
It would be sure to go by land.
No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Huh. But that does make sense.
So
Speed was a
it
matter
was
of...
the Waludas who spirited the wretched.
Speed was a matter of essence.
Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Camberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Ever the businessman.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Still got stuff to unload.
And how may I assist you today? What is it that you wish to learn? I have the details here. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Been up to their old tricks again.
That was interesting. Froze there for a second. Let's stop in here at Tomesy. Give a little information.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Give me one moment. Let me calm the dogs down.
You wish to study the tomes?
Alright. There we go. Just had to make sure the, one of the dogs just didn't completely lose her mind. Love her, but she's sometimes a little crazy. Just a little. Alright. So, it may just be us and Torgal for this. Not too bad.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Alright. And of course, Beagle decides to keep going. Oh well. Unless, of course, Clive's uncle is, or Byron, is gonna
I was
be
a
fighting
young
with this.
man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
But seems like it. Let's. Yes, he will be. Pretty sizable. Pretty sizable, though.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Over here! Go, over here! Attack! Sickle! Too slow. Get him! Over here! Get him!
Alright, give me 1 second. My, Alright.
Over here! Years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you, sat in the sand. Get him! Farewell.
Alright. Hold on for a moment, because I'm getting some sort of delay here. Just give me 1 second.
When did you get so big?
Alright. There we go. Just had to... That freeze there put us off for a few seconds.
Time to fight.
Never mind. Seems to be in combat. Alright, let me finish this up. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me just do this. See if this... Alright. I don't know what happened with that. Because that freeze kind of made things a little weird.
This one.
Alright. Let's see. 1895.
Over here! This one.
Alright. fill out the map a little. There's definitely gotta be some goodies in this area. There we go. And now Earth and Fury. So now we just have to save up for Judgment Bolt. Which, thankfully for us, is not going to be too difficult with how much. It's not going to take us long because of the item we got. Alright, so there's really nothing here. But we filled it out enough. We can move on to the next. Is that a... Okay, those are things up there.
Easy does it.
You're finished. Get him.
All right. It's a good thing this game doesn't have a weakness and resistance situation. Otherwise, it could be pretty annoying. Because we're only allowed 3.
This one.
There we go. And we already got 200. Over 250. Alright. So we're getting... Yep. So he's getting stronger just by go into the story. Short and a bit underwhelming there. So this must be the outpost. Chocobos!
Who do you think those
Rip.
soldiers were?
Here we are. It's supposed to be a trade outpost, but no shops. Okay. So it's just a... something on the path. Okay.
Ah, there
Not
she
too
is.
bad.
The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Why is it always crossing paths like this?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Camber that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Let's just speed this up.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
You!
Just a little bit for the end. Right there.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
Always missing each other by a few seconds.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
You could just say, by the way, younger brother's still alive. Somehow. Don't know how, but is.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Alright. That's inaccessible. Still no shop, which is interesting for...
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Alright.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well,
We're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well,
it's an alias.
Thank you all the same.
Ah, here's a shop.
Good day, my lord.
Platinum sword.
An excellent choice.
Since we don't use items.
Here you are. Go with Gilbert.
Alright.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's
family. Another person around here. Here we go.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
Yes.
Well, it sounds
Yes.
like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Wait, incense! What candle?
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I...
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it. Over here!
There's not a good angle.
This one.
Now there is. Oh, there we go. Knock some heads around. Make a fuss.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord
Freed
Further.
desert here.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with a blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Here there,
Yes,
she's
my
an
lord.
old lady.
To the Lock of Leisure, then.
Or most
To the
like
Lock of Leisure.
the madam.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of the twins and beyond.
The finest fab.
Is this the place?
Ubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Delamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Further told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Crystals.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
There's always more than one way.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Juiciest meat warm from the oven. You wouldn't believe how much he gave.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
Take a sniff, good sir.
A deposit? Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
For me to be able to initiate conversations and things.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Alright. Well, this is slightly annoying. So, we just look at doors.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty fly.
I need a drink.
Alright, so we're out. Here we go.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
That's
we'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Wow. Makes sense though. Substantial distance to keep up with Rye and double crosses. Easy.
Farewell. Get him.
Hello.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Get him! Not over yet, Uncle!
I'm just getting warmed up.
That was certainly easy. Huh. There we go.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
Nope. Thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
Another one. Huh.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And Please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia los delan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
And there we go. And we also have some side quests to do, which is good.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
These information-based side quests are a little bit more Alright. So we can go back to the
Take a
hideaway.
simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
My carpets have brighter places.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Coming, lantern!
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now.
Yeah, well...
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So,
Alright.
a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Anything I can interest you in?
Let's go ahead and...
Thank you kindly.
So...
Anything else I can take
sold.
off your hands? Thank you
Everything
for your
is
custom.
Once we finish up here, we may just check back the hideaway to see if there's anything else.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Huh.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Better already.
I really don't like all these running around information side quests. But, you know, sometimes it just got to happen.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to Ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to Ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
Alright, maybe we'll actually see some combat after all. I swear.
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Lights and pots!
Hanging lanterns, keep it up!
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, but no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Alright.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Alright, let's get this turned in, and then we'll do the next one, the other one, and then we'll head back to the hideaway,
Finally,
just to check to see if we got any hunts that we can do.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Needed to
We'll take care of that,
Yes, they're quite
and then we will
wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is
Then we'll
enough.
make our way through.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
It does make sense that you would make sure you know who you're making.
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Alright, let's see what this guy's got going on.
Everything I've worked for, all those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
This one.
Wonderful.
We may
It's not far.
fight something
Leave
cool.
the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Alright. A little dramatic. Especially you can just tell your customers that you're investigating the reason why the water has increased in temperature
We should get going soon.
unduly. And let's
Come on.
just zoom over the salts.
Yeah.
That way. We can just get there and be done with it. Up. Gotta go a little bit more around.
Be safe. By the flames. That explains the heat. Get him!
Here we go.
Nice try.
Sorry.
Slow. Nice try.
Good lord.
Nice try. Nice try.
All right.
Over here.
Ah.
This one.
There we go.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Alright. We've taken care of that. Let's head back. What?
This is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric.
The most fragrant herbs and fresh bread, warm from the oven. Made from the stoutest.
Sorry about that coughing earlier. I have one of those moments where you just accidentally swallow down your windpipe.
By the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
And we got a level. On top of that. And a Scarletite. Alright. So, let's head back to the hideaway. Like I said, we're just gonna check to see if there's any new hunts available. I doubt it.
Been up to their old tricks again.
Well, you never know. And there is. What has Nectar got for us this time? A hill to die on. Belcroy Desert, Dalmekia, Black Boulder, creature determinate in nature, size, strength, spirit, and spite. He or she, Chris Friggers. Alright. Hill to Dial. Being crushed. Black Boulder. Alright, so that's in the desert. Let's stop by the shop in the Forge.
Who's this blue blood?
So nothing.
Is it business or pleasure? I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much.
Alright.
I feel ya. What do you want?
Alright, so... Here we go.
Should last you a good while.
There we go.
Anything else?
But again, it sucks that we, It sucks that we missed that one armor piece because we didn't double check things. Alright. So now we head back to the desert. Still got the feeling. Alright. So... so far, there's been no indication on let's see, this is the southern. It didn't tell us whether if it was northern or southern. It just said the desert. So,
come on.
We are going to investigate all over. It's supposed to be a boulder, so I'm willing to say, just run past these guys. Shouldn't be too difficult to spot. I think we'll head up there. Just
no need to ride from here.
I guess since this is technically a town.
This one. Get him. Stay down.
Alright, that guy's almost dead. Because Byron does hit heavy. Apparently. Alright. So let's go ahead and make our way over to the northern area. Just to make sure. Because once we're done with that, we can move on.
Good girl. Faster!
They gave us no, like,
This one.
alright.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
It's talking about merchants. So, it may not be here. Let's see, okay. But there's no harm in looking and making sure. Alright, so it doesn't look like it's here, but we are
This one. Attack. Let's try. Over here. Too slow. Get him. Over here. This one. Get him. Nice try. Nice try. Too slow. Get him. Sick him. Get him. Go to him. Get him.
There we go. Only 7 from that. That's interesting. Another one of these. Alright. So, we checked around Hand of Titan. Alright, so this must be a challenge that... I wonder what this is. I'm pretty sure this is gonna come into play later. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have to check out this whole expanse. So we try to travel here.
This is
Again, it's annoying that
I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
there wasn't... My hope was that, you know, it was a little bit more descriptive. Because we still have a fair amount of ground to actually cover. So it may have to be up that way. Because it says
Caution, boy.
it's a salamander. That's clear. Money to deal with right now. It says it's a boulder, and it says it's caravans.
Alright.
So it would make sense that it'd be near the main route. Or something along those lines. Yeah. The one thing that's slightly annoying about this is that sometimes when you're trying to hunt something down, having to go through all of the extra searching for no other reason Of course, I could also just do the simple thing and look it up, but I don't want to. I want the accomplishment of finding it myself. I want to have checked everywhere before. This must be it, I'm guessing. We'll see. Yes, it is.
Well, Clive, looks like you can get this one.
Yes. Nope. There we go. Scrap tight. Two of them. And there we go. So there's that. Haha. Alright. So, let's get ourselves over here. Happy to have gotten that. And let's move on. Because we spent so much time getting a whole bunch of other stuff taken care of. And now we can get moving.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
And look for us.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Once we get to Drake's Fang, we'll be able to do more stuff.
We should get going soon.
You don't really have to worry about...
Come on, girl.
You know what? I think... Let's see. No, I can't increase them to break. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to upgrade that? Or do I want to wait? You know what? Yeah, we'll just wait till we get enough for Judgment Bolt. I'm not trying to push the envelope there. That area is blocked off. Thank God we were able to unlock our Chocobo, because it would take much longer to draw.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so.
Would you
But
be
that
willing
ship
to
has
do a
sailed.
trade?
You, however,
no.
What do you mean?
I cannot.
I'll give you 2 packs of tissue.
I fight.
For your roll of 50%.
A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers.
There's 10 in this pack. There's probably 8 in this.
I realize
I am so sorry for the cackling here.
It was kindled by my father.
I'm so sorry. Hi, Beagle.
Follow in his footsteps.
This is what my life is.
And that is exactly what I mean to do.
What do you think mine has?
I know.
But by extending
He's
his
the one
ideals
being traded
to the whole
tissues
of the
for his toilet paper.
though every soul
If I had known this was gonna happen, I probably should have picked up some when I was doing some shopping earlier. Hindsight 2020.
You really are just like him.
I told myself I was going to pick more up on the way home, but then we got on the way home and nothing.
For coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew.
Again,
We have much to catch up on.
sorry for the cackling there.
I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
Such a good Doge.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Alright. So this time, we're gonna be extra careful when going through the dungeon. Because you never know what equipment is going to be lying in there. We check every nook, we check every cranny. We don't move forward until we've done a thorough search. Oh, well, that sucks.
What have they start? What has that gutter rat done to me?
Well, they're able to hold up.
Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon.
He's the one that did it.
She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Huh. He's definitely working for Ultima. Everyone was killed. By whatever these things are. Oh.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash? The beast and part of the Waluda army now. How the hell did that happen?
Like any other way it could.
They've spotted us.
Get him! Sick him! This one. Over here.
There we go. Alright. nothing around here.
Taken over the entire mine.
It's not really surprising. Again, it sucks having no map. So I could very well...
It's over. So much for the men of the Rock. Dalmekia's finest.
Alright. So there's absolutely nothing here. Good. We still have to be very careful to make sure that we can grab
this one. Stay down.
Alright. Nothing in this little area. Alright. Doesn't open. Let's check out over here. Here's a chest. Alright, materials in it. Alright, so this is a larger area, obviously. So we need to do more thorough search in this area.
Animals. You should never have left Ash. This one. Nice try. This one. Get him. Stay down. It's over here.
Alright, so these guys are going to be annoying. So... let me make sure to take these guys out. Luckily for us.
Nice try.
has to be a way to get up to them.
This one. Attack! Over here! Throw
There we go. Just that. Slightly more annoying. There also wasn't any chests to open over here. Anything like that.
That's better.
Let's go ahead and top up. This will probably be a situation where we're gonna have to go over for tonight, because we will, okay, so lightning rod. Something for Ramu. The, depending on how long it takes us to get through this.
Won't be going any further this way.
Alright.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
Alright. Let's see, okay. No other.
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did it get in here?
Over here!
Nice try.
Alright. Roman's not good for that one. There we go. Alright, so we just need another 1,000. Alright. Can't go that way. So the only way is through the door. The big one. Of course, this area may not have had any equipment hiding in it after all.
By the flames. Come on, Torgal.
But I mean, it is a smart place to have a citadel.
Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the weather crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Exactly. This looks like a miniature boss arena.
Let the trial begin.
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Increases thunderstorm damage. So there may be more stuff for us to open. More chests. So, we'll just have to, once again, explore everything.
This is the power of the Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too?
Alright, 100 gil and sharp fangs. That. Steel silk. So we check out the other side. There's a chest. Gil. I mean, us having the Dragon Slayer. Armor. Oh. Press the wrong button.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Bravery. Go. chest in here.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
Let's see. Keep an eye out.
Nice try. This one. Nice try.
Oh, there we go. Alright. Since we got ourselves turned around. Wait, nope. That door didn't open either. So it's this one.
You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal.
Okay, so that was that. Chest there. There's no other way to go. Alright. So we open this door. This is down some steps. Alright. Make sure nothing else. Okay.
Just what I needed. Nice try. This one. It's over. You're finished. That had better be the last of them.
Alright. There we go.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
Get away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Roswell! Oh shit, he's priming. Not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without. Come to me, Ifrit!
stone. Let's cancel the charge without triggering the explosion. To increase the explosion. It's vulnerable to damage while charging. Suffering an attack, however, will automatically trigger the explosion. Love these icon fights. This isn't good.
What the hell has he done?
Brought the entire mountain down. And become one with the crystal, with the mother crystal, apparently. This is gonna be a fun one.
Found to help me. It's do or die! I'm coming, Kuka!
This is more cinematic, really, than anything else. Alright, I'm not paying attention to the name. Alright, Titan lost. There we go. And getting better to being a little bit more patient.
You're mine.
Oh, crap. That's someone up. He just seriously would not go down. Earth and Fury? And destroying the Mother Crystal in one fell swoop. Though it does suck because we just got the supply back to the people. There in the town nearby.
What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
The death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
This poor girl.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Why did I figure that was the case?
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
It's sweet, but sickens me at the same time. Just kidding.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Gah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
All right.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Always need
That was the beginning of something. And we almost have enough to get Judgment Bolt. But with that, we are going to go ahead and save, and we'll end there for the evening. Thank you all so much for dropping by and watching, hanging out, and everything. And